evening.
I'm Michelle. And
No.
I'm Michelle.
And this is Yvonne.
This is Yvonne. Hey, you guys. So this is week 8 of our 10-week lesson set. And what we did was we continued on from last week with more tandem movements. And what we did, of course, the week before was we went from a rotational rock step into our tandem. But we didn't give you a way to get out of it, so let's go ahead and do that now. But first, we're going to head and work on our turn. So leads, you go ahead and you release your left hand. And after a rock step, push, out, together, and down. And done slowly, we're here. We have this left hand that we free up right before the rock step. So we have our rock, step, and then we're both already moving forward. So I'm just going to change her direction here with a very slight push. Michelle's going to turn out onto that leg. She can't do anything else. Then we have this nice springiness here.
It's this connection point that pivots me around.
Exactly.
And we talked about making sure that you've got that tension and that stretch here.
Exactly. So we've got this momentum going so that I give a little give with my arm. I reach out. And then after we've held that stretch, I simply bring this hand back into me and we return to our original position. And this works because we are pulsing at the same rate. We have that nice stretch so that neither Michelle or I are working to come back together. So from another angle, so we have our rock, step, kick, and pull, step, rock, step, push, out, together, da, 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 da. Rock, step, push, stretch, out, together. And important note, when we're down side by side here, we have this nice comfortable hand position. Once Michelle starts to move out and we're rotating around this piece, we end up kind of getting this nice finger-to-finger connection that's really comfortable, but it still stays strong.
Yes. How do we get out of it?
That's a great question, Yvonne.
I am now Yvonne and you are now Michelle.
Right. And so what we're doing is we're going to use the first half of that same movement. So we do our rock, step, push, out. And so before what we did was after the stretch, I just brought Michelle back in. This time I'm going to let Michelle move backwards as I rock step. So I'm going to send her energy further back. And because of springiness, she's going to hit kind of a cushiony, springy wall going behind her. So I'm going to rock, step, step, double, double, and reconnect. So from another angle, so we can go. So rock, step, up. Let's do it again. Da, 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 left. And so this works when we're out here. I am turning Michelle towards my right and also towards her right. So I get this nice flick here, okay? So I'm doing rock, step, step, left foot, connect.
And the follow footwork, when we get to here in the turn, this is actually on that rock step that you do. So we're here, and then I kick, step, 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 step.
And leads, it's important that I double up on my left foot. Michelle doesn't know what's happening next. I'm planning or trying to plan what's happening next. So I've done my right step, step, left foot, and that lets us end up on rock stepping back together. If it doesn't happen that way and you rock step on the right, that's okay. The next movement you can correct for it. That's no problem.
And then we did our double?
We did our double. So we did a different variation. We did our rock step, kick step, double. Rock step, kick step, double. Turn. Rock step, kick step, double. Turn. Let's go ahead and just show just the footwork on that for a moment. So rock step, kick step, double. Turn. Rock step, kick step, double. Turn. Da, 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 da. And now we can go ahead and add in a rotation. It's very important that we are pulsing while doing this. So I think we only turn on the pulse. So we do our...
Which kind of gives you the energy to rotate that way.
Exactly.
Pulse and pulse.
So we do our rock step, kick step, pulse, pulse, rock, step, kick, step, pulse, pulse, rock, step, kick, step, pulse, pulse. And it's incredibly important when we're doing this movement that we remember to lead, to very clearly differentiate our arms. When we're here, we're doing rock, step, da, da, down, down, da, 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 down, down, da, da, da. Because if we keep doing this the entire time, we are giving our follows a mixed signal.
I will not know what's going on.
But if we're doing a clear level change, we're pulsing downwards, our arms are together and still, and then the moment we want to restart, in addition to our pulsing and our level changes, we're also using our arms. We can be as clear as possible and have the most fun.
And you talked about lead when, if you want to turn it leaning to your left a little bit. So when I, as a follow, feel my left hand get a little more pressure, I know to lean.
Yeah, and it's exactly. And it's not a lot more pressure. I'm not pulling Michelle in any way. In fact, it feels very natural because da 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 da. I'm already on my left foot, so I'm already angled a bit. So when I go ahead and lean, I already have that nice lean to me, and I bring that to Michelle as well.
Do you want to do it all? Let's do it. We talked about having fun.
Yes.
Too. And Charleston is really in the floor, energy fun.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to do.
So we're going to include arms. We're going to have a good time. Let's do it. Thank you very much. Next week will be week 9. We hope to see you for it.
Bye.
Bye.